Okay, I'm Kathleen Sanders here with who are we?
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
McLees.
What do you do for Bungie?
Oh my God, that's such a hard.
What don't you do for Bungie?
I don't code.
No, good.
No, I don't do levels.
But you were a big part of the genesis of the Halo graphic novel.
Yeah. I kind of wanted one, and I asked around, and what do you guys want? And everybody said, okay, something cool. And okay, what do you mean by cool? And kind of evolved from there.
Right. And I'm also here with
Robert McLees.
And what do you do for Bungie?
I don't make money decisions, and I don't code.
I don't code for Bungie either. How did you help with the genesis of the Halo graphic novel?
I was lucky enough to work with a ultra-talented art director a million years ago, and really that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the art director on the...
No. I worked for a super talented art director.
And that art director would be?
Maria Cabardo, who's like not like coming over here to say hi or anything. She's hiding. She's super shy, but she's ultra talented. So.
Okay, so when you guys first decided to do a graphic novel based on the Halo series of games, I had read in your intro that Microsoft came to you with an idea or a proposal that wasn't quite what you wanted. Could you tell me a little more about that?
That's kind of it in a nutshell. But it was actually really good art, and the thing with any like good art is like it's gotta kind of match a certain vision or visual style, even in the storytelling aspect, right? And with comics, you got both, all in one, and it was almost there. It was actually real cool. The artist who did it did an awesome job. But as it turned out, he wasn't even available by the time we got the proposal. So we were kind of bummed, too, that we couldn't even talk to the guy. So we kind of just moved on from there. And it was just the process at the time, too, wasn't creative-driven. And we were just going to watch on the sidelines while it got made. And we felt really strongly about maintaining just like the story sense of the book and a kind of visual sense. And it was hard to do that when you're not talking to the artists, when you're not talking to the creators, and that's kind of like what that was about. Okay. And at the time, like it takes a long time to get everything through the process of going from a concept to an actual finished thing. So it kind of just meandered a bit, like through the paperwork or whatever. People got too busy. There are too many things going on, like releasing another game, that sort of thing. Right. So things kind of got put on the back burner, and kind of lost track of it a little bit. But it's always been in the back of my mind. I mean, that would be really awesome. And a bunch of the guys, at work would always be thinking, wow, it would be so awesome to see Halo comic kind of thing. But we never really got to exactly say, well, what would that look like? And one of the things I did was basically get this sort of creative brief together for what it should be, and that was the cool thing is like Rob was working with had worked with an art director, who knew a lot of people in the industry who
in the comic industry.
Yeah, in the comic industry, and worked with them in the past, and she was able to approach these people and say, hey, this is really cool project. And at the time were we at downtime? I can't remember if it was like it was in between, like we just released Halo 2, I think was what it was, and we didn't quite know where we wanted like the whole thing to be. I don't really know how to say that. How do I say that? I'm kind of losing track of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I need to leave.
No, I know how you feel. Just go ahead.
Was it? I thought it. For some reason, I thought it was when we first contacted Maria was pre-Halo 2 release. I think it was. Yeah.
And so we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to do it because we'd have to be telling stories that one doesn't encroach on what we're going to say in Halo 2, and it doesn't tread on what's already been said, like in the novels. And it's just kind of, and we were still trying to develop the story, as is there wasn't a whole lot of like all the different threads in the story weren't all like kept in one place. And it wasn't all, like, we don't know where everything belonged. And as time went by, like, more and more focus was being put on storytelling. And a lot of backstory was being developed, like, no, I can't say it. A lot of threads were basically being woven together, and now we're getting a more complete backstory of the Halo universe. Right. And so we kind of picked and chose what thread we wanted to bring to light that won't encroach on what we're going to say with Halo 2, or what we're going to do with, I don't remember which novels were out at the time either, and I think at the time too the Halo movie was being talked about. Right. So we were kind of, where do we want to go? And so we picked all the different loose threads or things that needed more clarification. Like I remember seeing the Spec Ops Commander, like the character designs for it, and I was wondering, I was asking Shikai, what happened to his jaw? And then the guys were making up a couple of stories about that, and oh, that would be really neat. And then as the game progressed, he became a fairly important character, and so it was really cool that, that we managed to pull all that together, and we actually told the story of how he broke his jaw and why is it that when he walked into that room, I've smelled this before, that kind of thing. Right.
So was it, so the Halo story or the canon that you're dealing with, it wasn't a fully functional creature yet, and it wasn't fleshed out?
Yeah, it was a lot of the story kind of resides in the different minds, the creative people at Bungie, and they're it's kind of like Rob was the what is the word? He's the receptacle of flood information. And not everybody was tapping into that, and other people were creating their own ideas of what the flood should be, what they are, that kind of thing. And there was a lot of misconceptions, even among the artists on the team, on what the flood is. And so, part of it too is educating our own team, and sort of letting other people get rid of the idea that they're just space zombies. It was just unfortunate that the technology was limited. We couldn't explore the different things that should have happened with a flood. It's just the technology just wasn't there to explore that. And
spoiler alert, but in the Halo graphic novel, you see that the flood, kind of like worms, when they eat their kill, they take on the intelligence, which is kind of an idea that I hadn't noticed in the game before. So
so that's sort of a tricky thing. Like, you could probably tell that the Flood in Halo 2 fought more intelligently, or at least used more equipment than the Flood in Halo Combat Evolved.
Right. It seemed, and you saw them in more situations where they would have the opportunity to use equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know if that really sank in, that they had a coordinating intelligence behind them, which was the Gravemind. Right. I don't know if anybody actually attributed that to the Gravemind.
But the Gravemind is running the Flood, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the coordinating intelligence. Yeah.
And so the Gravemind can then speak to the Flood, so when the Flood eat or finish off one of their kill, then they take on that intelligence. The Gravemind then gains that intelligence as well.
Because so the well, I'm not going to reveal that.
No, go ahead. It's safe.
Oh, right.
And so
I need this train to leave. It's listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
So the Flood, the Gravemind. Tell me more about the Flood. Make the light brighter. Okay, so no spoilers. That's enough about the Flood. But I mean, that clarification in the graphic novel, that's intentional, would you say?
Yeah. So like, other than making like really sort of exciting and beautiful stories and art, this book is got a lot to do about educating people about stuff that they probably are not picking up from the game.
Right, rather than making them wait through a cutscene. This is like a voluntary cutscene.
And like the new Mombasa story, that one in particular I thought was very poignant. Because what is it, Earth City is what you called it? It was just so barren. It just didn't seem as alive as what the concept art, had made them, and all of the things that the artists wanted to do, they weren't able to do. Time constraints or whatever, technology, and so making the city look alive was kind of important too, and that was.
And that story was really interesting, and that was a story Mobius worked on. It seemed to have influences from, say, current events. There was definite parallels you could draw to certain things going on internationally.
Unintentional.
Unintentional.
Yeah, it's easy to draw parallels in almost anything, but that surely was not the intent.
Okay.
It was more about making the city come to life and the people who lived in it, and what happened when the Covenant first came to New Mombasa. It wasn't empty when they came. There were people there, and making that emotional connection was pretty important.
Right.
And so we oh my gosh! So when the story first arrived, like Brett Lewis didn't submit it in like script form. It wasn't like person talking here, whatever, blah blah blah, medium shot, yada yada. It was like in prose.
Oh wow!
And I got that thing. I got goosebumps. I had to get up because I was going to start crying. It was just so moving. It was, and we were afraid that we wouldn't be able to tell that story. Oh, B. Wildlife at San Diego.
For being attacked.
Or was it?
You got goosebumps.
Yeah, I got goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just from the bee, but from the story. It was just. I really think it was beautifully written, and it was perfect to get Mobius to.
Yeah.
Of the people who we were gonna get, that was the one I really wanted Mobius to tackle, and it was I was so happy when he did. So it was really awesome, and when he was able to get like another couple of pages in, so like all the other stories were 12, I believe. The other two stories besides the first one about the Spec Ops commander was just 12, so he got 2 more pages in there, and from what I understand, Brett and Mobius, I guess through a translator, also worked on the story a little bit together to kind of make it fit.
Wow.
So.
Now, how did you guys decide on the stories that would be? Was that part of the creative search?
Yeah.
We had like 15 different threads, and we just kind of prioritized them all in order of importance and relevance, and also what are we not going to reveal kind of thing. So as we were moving forward with the different stories, we kind of started from there too. We didn't just start with while Maria was making all the contacts and trying to get commitments from people, we were trying to narrow down that list to as few as possible. And we knew we had only a certain number of pages that we were going to be able to do because we were funding it all ourselves out of like the morale budget or something. And Pete Parsons, saw how everybody seems to be like gung-ho about it. We really want to make this happen. What could you do? And so he approved the budget for it. So that was really cool. And so all of that stuff was just happening all at once. And trying to choose which stories was
super difficult.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, particularly since the Rob's favorite story
did it cut?
Which was?
I can't say.
Oh. Forget it.
The story that got cut.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that we'll ever see it?
Maybe. I don't know.
It would be really nice.
Really nice. Like we wanna see like how the interest is with the graphic novel, and if it sells really well, we might be able to do it.
So you've got stories waiting.
Yeah. Well, we have 15. We only printed 4.
So we might see more.
We want to tell more, but only if the book does well. So that's kind of like the condition that the studio manager has set forth was, if it does well, maybe. Actually, am I putting words in?